Other interesting cultural news, you have Nikki Haley Ratioed on her Twitter war stance. Now, she is a former UN ambassador and presidential nominee for the Republican Party. And this is in regard to her. This is the text that she has. She says, "Make no mistake, comma, Vivek's foreign policy will make America less safe." Now, I don't see how having, again, it is a debate to have in terms of political ideology, whether you're more interventionist or isolationist being more building up your own army on your own land and defending your borders, or, intervening as you're going to other countries, intervening. It's certainly a debate to be had, but I don't know how bolstering our borders and that concept would make us less safe. Now, this is her video response, and of course it was ratioed in minutes.
I mean, look, he has shown that he's naive. The idea that he doesn't think we need to continue to partner with Israel, the idea that now he's saying that we shouldn't worry about Iran getting a nuclear bomb and we shouldn't defend ourselves against Iran, and no one...
He didn't say that. And actually, if you're watching the whole episode, in the clip where we actually watch Vivek's response, he says he's adamant about Iran not getting nuclear capabilities. So there's definitely a disconnect or a lie somewhere.
Understands that, and it's naive to say, oh, we're going to go to Russia and tell them you quit playing with China. It's just not accurate. And
I don't know how it's not. The whole Ukraine-Russia situation could be easily solved if we had a president of the United States with a little vigor. You simply just go to Ukraine and say, hey, we've given you over $100 billion in cash, weapons, and other miscellaneous crap that we send them. You're not getting any more. You're going to go to the table, negotiate with Russia. Russia, you want these sanctions to stop, right? You want to get back in the global economy? You guys are both going to concede a little bit, give up a little both sides, and you're going to stop killing each other. If you stop fueling the war, it would naturally peter out. And if you give them an incentive to actually negotiate, they would. Right now, the whole world is giving Ukraine resources. They're getting weapons from every conceivable country on the planet. They basically have an unlimited resources. If you ever play the game Risk, or Age of Empires, both really great games, it's all about resource allocation is a huge component of it. Age of Empires 2 in particularly, good old game from my college days, or high school. And if you run out of resources, you can't go to war. So if you go, again, the US is giving some of the most resources, again, over $100 billion. If we say, hey, we're decreasing our spend, we're going to cut you off, we're telling you, go to the table and negotiate. Because Russia wants a way out of this too. There's no country, I was going to say no country, we've done that throughout the years. Unfortunately, you can't really have a never-ending war. You run out of resources. You run out of public support. You run out of soldiers. Like, there's one of those things where it can't go on indefinitely. But nevertheless, I'll get back to Nikki Haley. Which, again, Nikki with Nikki, can't even spell her own name right. I mean, that's almost as ridiculous as having someone named Topping. Oh, wait. I digress.
And I'm always going to take the side of Israel. I'm always going to take the side of us being strong when it comes against, a terrorist group that says death to America. He's completely wrong on this, and the American people see that. I mean, look.
Again, he said he supports Israel. He said he's wanted to decrease funding to them and have it be more of a collaboration. Now, again, some people, depending on who you ask politically, some people say we just give them resources and give them great military tech. We also gain a lot of tech from Israel. One of the best defense contractors on the planet goes by the name of Elbit Systems and IWI. Elbit Systems makes some of the best aerospace components as well as actually aerospace and land and ground air vehicles in the industry. The Elbit Systems makes the $400,000 helmet for the F-35 Lightning II. That is a huge technological breakthrough. Now, that cost may seem expensive. That includes the cost of research and development as well as the actual materials cost. But it's a revolutionary idea where you have this helmet on, and traditionally, if you have a jet fighter, you see it in front of you, and that's all you see. With this helmet on, you look down, you can actually see the ground below you. It's a full immersive experience. So no matter where you look, you're not seeing your feet. You're actually seeing, it's almost as if you're seeing through the airplane. That's a first commercial product that I can think of. And it's revolutionary. It's because our countries are sharing some of this tech. They're bidding on some of our military contracts. We're helping their military out. So there is a mutually beneficial relationship. I think the debate comes in, how much, fiscally speaking, do you give to each other? But again, that's not what Vivek said. Now, it looks like, of course, she was ratioed in, seconds. Now, the top responses, one said, and again, you almost can't make this up. One of the top responses was from a gentleman, and again, so the video herself, so her video got 156,000 views, and all these statistics were taken at the 24-hour mark, so 24 hours after she published it. 156,000 views, and again, that's not great compared to the competitors. You have DeSantis as well as Vivek and Trump. Oh, Trump not so much on, well, Trump actually broke Twitter, almost getting 200 million views, but most of the candidates are getting a couple 100,000 to a million, depending on what the subject matter is. But she got 156,000 views and 2,235 likes. So if we pull up the good old calculator application on the computer here, you'll do a little division here. We get 156. That's one. Oh, come on now, carry the one. 1.42% like ratio, which is not great. Now, the top responses to her statement in her video were one by the name of Adam, or Roland Adam. He says, quote, I'm voting against Forever Wars. Sorry, Nikki, unquote. He got 930 views, but he got 49 likes, giving him a ratio of 5.26%. Pretty good. Now, another one says, this is from a Twitter handle by the name of Awakening. He said, quote, you're a liar, Nikki. Vivek never said it, unquote. That got 1,224 views and 28 likes, 2.29% ratio. Not so bad. And as I scroll through the rest of the comments, and I'm looking through them, I'm not seeing a lot of positive ones. One of them is from Brandon Brown. He says, I think Vivek has a good chance of becoming president. 36 likes out of 1,029 views. Another one says, stop funding the Ukraine war. 27 likes, 793 views. I don't see. Let's see. You say you're going to take the side of Israel. When are you going to take the side of America first? That got 81 likes out of 1,468 views. Another one just says, no, I don't think so. I got 2 likes, a couple hundred views. Another one just says, a couple laugh out louds. Another one says, this is from real Phil Jones, which pretty good profile. I didn't know you could put emojis in your name. He's got an eagle, bald eagle there, an American flag. That's as American as you can get, although he's missing an AR-15. Now, he says, quote, at least he isn't a warmonger. And he got 22 likes out of 259 views. So, and another one just says, he's a great guy. Another one says, get a life, you're lying and obsessing about this guy. And let's see. I was about to say that was Vivek. It's a parody account of Vivek talking about some of this. You didn't read the memo. Now, I did see like 2 positive responses, and one is just a person trying to get an interview with Nikki Haley. So, needless to say, she was ratioed immediately. And interestingly enough, the attacks aren't really working. In terms of the moves on the political chessboard, you see some candidates who are having a lot of success, or personal success in terms, not overall in the polls, but it is a common political tactic to attack your opponents. It's one of the most fascinating things. Also, if you look at just reviews of restaurants and stuff, negative news does spread more quickly than positive ones. And you have Chris Christie. His whole campaign is, I'm not Trump. I don't like Trump. Trump is evil. Chris Christie, statistically, he's not going to get the nomination, but he's gotten, I would say, not an insignificant amount of support. I think he's like 5% in the polls, but his whole message is, he's not Trump. He hates Trump. He's attacking Trump. He, in terms of political chessboard, he's getting he's getting the pawns, or the people who will never Trumpers. His target audience is them. He's appealing to that group of people. He's going to get those votes for the primary. Now, will that be I don't think that's enough for him to actually get the nomination, but that is his approach, and he is gaining votes based on that approach. But, well, in this case, it's all preliminary polls, but I don't see. This is not helping Nikki Haley at the moment. I think she needs a different approach. But right now, and again, there are some people who are becoming more skeptical of Vivek. A lot of people on the far right don't like him for a myriad of reasons, unfortunately. Some idiotic, of course. You always have 1 or 2 racists everywhere, far left and far right. But there's a lot of people also comparing Vivek to Obama in some ways, coming out of nowhere. So it'll be interesting to see what the support looks like going forward. But this plan right now doesn't seem to be working in Nikki's favor, and it'll be interesting to see how much support can she get for the primary. Is she, like a lot of people, is she probably just running just to become a VP? But it'll be interesting to see. And interesting, this is a debate in the Republican Party. Are they, and it's not, it's not all one or the other, but are they more pro-war or pro-peace? That used to be a big debate between Republicans and Democrats. Interestingly enough, Democrats past couple of years have been very much more pro-war. Most of the Republicans have. I think Trump was the first one to actually scale back military involvement. The first time in my life, actually. Every other president had increased the war. But it'll be interesting to see as this debate continues, where does the United States fall in terms of isolationism or more interventionism? It'll be interesting to see, but as I always say, time shall tell. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in again. Again, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of September. Actually, 4,000 if we really swing it. So I really appreciate you clicking that button. Also, taking the time to like and comment helps me out. Appreciate the feedback and insight you have with these topics. Love to hear about your experiences. Also, and lastly, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.